Okay, so this is a really interesting chart, a different chart that actually shows how much data is available all across the country right now. So this is a chart tracking mobility of the population based on cell phone signals.
That's cool.
Yeah, so what it's showing here, so I clicked on Florida first, and then maybe we'll look at New York and Boston again. This is the normal mobility, however you want to measure that. Distance, they're saying it, I don't know if you can read this on the screen, it says based on distance traveled. And then these bars are the new reported coronavirus cases. So you can see the cases are starting to really increase quickly. But the restrictions that have been put in place are causing mobility to go way down. So why do you think mobility is going way down, or by distance traveled by the average person?
Well, maybe if they hear about these large number of cases, they will be more inclined to stay home.
Okay.
The reason it's because the virus has maybe a 2-week period before you know if you have it.
Mm-hmm.
So the numbers aren't going down because of this right away. So maybe we'll see it in a few weeks.
Yeah. So this is March 23rd. This large bar here. So we're a few days behind on this one. So we should show that. Okay. Let's see if we can figure out how to go up to the New York area. Click on a state to begin. New York. Okay. So let's see what's happening to the mobility in New York.
So you can look at the.
Okay.
So it looks like most people aren't going very far in New York.
Well, this is set to the baseline of the normal travel. So we see the sort of normal is 0, and we're down here. I can't read all the way across. Is that down 40%, or is it more than 40%?
It says
More than
45% up here.
Ah, okay. All right, thanks. So New York has really restricted movement. And we saw in the flu chart that the flu cases were going way down.
Mm-hmm.
But we see in this chart that coronavirus cases are going up really fast.
You can also look at the top 5 counties. So it looks like New York City is doing one of the best jobs in restricting it because that's where most of the cases are.
Yeah. Can you see from these charts maybe a hint of why the coronavirus cases aren't showing up in that flu tracker map?
Well, I mean, there's really no way of like predicting them. Like you jump from like 700 to almost 3,000.
Yeah, but so you would think you would be seeing that.
Yeah.
Do you have any guesses for why it's not showing up in those charts? Because it looks pretty dramatic here.
But it's not here, and I think this was all we could see in the charts. Like the charts didn't go.
They went up to
that
March
far.
21st.
Yeah, they went up to March. The Center for Disease Control site went up to March 21st, so that's up to here, and the that thermometer flu tracking site that was all blue went up to the 27th. So that's even beyond this.
Interesting.
And yet, still, it really wasn't showing up.
Maybe people just don't have these thermometers that maybe have this disease.
Could be. But how many people are in New York?
Like
Do you know the population in New York?
the state, probably a couple million people.
I think New York City alone has like 10 million.
Yeah, so maybe I'll just do a quick Google search while we're talking here for the population
I mean, I
in New
guess
York.
even like 5,000 out of 10 million is not a lot of people. Or it's not a big percentage of the population.
All right, so the population in New York State, according to Google, is about 20 million.
All right, so 5,000 out of 20 million
Per
is
day. And so this is maybe cumulatively is 20,000 total as of this day, but the population's 20 million.
So it's
it's
a
like
tenth of a percent.
yeah, you're not going to see that on a map that's like that goes up like 1, 2, 3, 4%.
Yeah, so that's kind of one of the problems here is that the normal flu tracking, the case numbers are so small, they're growing super fast, But as of right this second, they're still too small to see in the way flu is normally tracked.
I mean, maybe like if these cases continue to grow, we'd see them, but we'd see them very quickly.
Yeah. So let's see if I can find Massachusetts on here just to complete it. All right, there we go.
This is
All right, so here's Massachusetts. So again, we're still at March 23rd, so we're only seeing a couple hundred cases. But you can, what's happening to the mobility in Massachusetts?
It's going. It's very similar to New York. It's only minus 40%. New
Okay.
York was minus 45.
it's kind of interesting that I've seen all of the graphs. The mobility seems to be going up at the end. I'm not really sure why.
Yeah, I'm puzzled by that too. It does seem to just tick up a little bit. And maybe we'll have to wait another week and see what's going on with that. But there we go. So Massachusetts actually, New York had a better score. Massachusetts gets a B.
It's only a 5% difference. Minus 40% versus the 45%.
Yeah. So here we are. Here we are with this. Okay, we're going to take a look at one last thing.